We all have limits. We can't be everything to everyone. Mindful boundaries are the lines we draw to protect our precious energy, time, and emotional well-being. They are essential for healthy relationships and a fulfilling life. Think of boundaries as fences around your personal space. These fences protect you from harm and allow you to choose who and what enters your life. Without boundaries, we risk burnout, resentment, and emotional exhaustion. Setting boundaries is an act of self-care. It's about recognizing your needs and communicating them clearly to others. It's about saying yes to yourself and no to what drains you. Ultimately, mindful boundaries empower us to live authentically and prioritize our own well-being. They are a gift we give to ourselves and to the world. Mindful boundaries are crucial for protecting our mental health. When we don't set limits, we become vulnerable to stress, anxiety, and even depression. Our brains are wired for connection, but constant demands can lead to overwhelm. Studies show that chronic stress can have detrimental effects on our physical and mental health. It can weaken our immune system, increase our risk of heart disease, and disrupt our sleep patterns. Setting boundaries helps us manage stress by giving us permission to say no to demands that exceed our capacity. When we overextend ourselves for others, we deplete our own emotional reserves. This can leave us feeling resentful, irritable, and emotionally drained. Boundaries allow us to preserve our energy and direct it towards activities and relationships that nourish our souls. By establishing clear boundaries, we create a sense of safety and stability in our lives, which is essential for our emotional well-being. Setting mindful boundaries is a skill that takes practice and self-awareness. It starts with identifying our needs and limits. What are the things that drain your energy? What are your non-negotiables? Once we have a clear understanding of our boundaries, we need to communicate them assertively but kindly. This involves saying no when necessary and setting limits on our time and availability. It's important to remember that setting boundaries is not selfish. It's about honoring our own needs and well-being. It's also important to be consistent with our boundaries. When we give in to pressure or guilt, we send mixed messages to ourselves and others. Consistency helps solidify our boundaries and makes it easier for others to respect them. Remember, setting boundaries is a process, not a destination. It's about making small, consistent choices that prioritize our well-being. Simplifying the complex. The concept of boundaries can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Think of it as simply deciding what you will and will not accept in your life. Just like you wouldn't let anyone walk into your home and take your belongings, you shouldn't let anyone take your peace of mind. Start by setting small boundaries in areas where you feel most drained or disrespected. For example, if you're constantly being interrupted at work, set aside specific times when you're unavailable for meetings or calls. If you have a friend who constantly dumps their problems on you, set a time limit for how long you're willing to listen. Remember, you don't need to justify your boundaries to anyone. They are your personal limits, and you have the right to set them without explanation. If someone doesn't respect your boundaries, it's a reflection of them, not you. Keep it simple, be consistent, and trust your gut. Your well-being is worth it. Journaling, a journey inward. Journaling can be a powerful tool for setting and maintaining mindful boundaries. It provides a safe space to explore our thoughts and feelings without judgment. By writing down our experiences, we gain clarity on what drains us and what energizes us. When we journal about our boundaries, we become more aware of our triggers and patterns. We can identify the people and situations that consistently push our buttons. This awareness allows us to anticipate challenges and develop strategies for setting boundaries in advance. Journaling also helps us process our emotions. When we write about our feelings, we release them from our bodies and minds. This can be incredibly cathartic and freeing, allowing us to approach challenging situations with greater calm and clarity. Through regular journaling, we cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and our needs, which is essential for setting healthy boundaries. Compassionate clarity. Setting boundaries is not about shutting people out. It's about creating healthy relationships built on respect and understanding. When we communicate our boundaries with compassion, we invite others to do the same. It's important to remember that not everyone will understand or respect our boundaries, and that's okay. We can't control the actions of others, but we can control our own responses. When faced with resistance, we can choose to stand firm in our truth or disengage from the situation. Setting boundaries is an act of self-love and self-respect. It's about honoring our worthiness and creating a life that aligns with our values. When we prioritize our well-being, we give ourselves the best chance of showing up fully in all areas of our lives. By approaching boundaries with compassion for ourselves and others, we create a more harmonious and fulfilling existence. The transformative power within. Mindful boundaries are not a luxury. They are a necessity for a healthy and fulfilling life. They empower us to protect our energy, prioritize our well-being, and cultivate deeper connections with ourselves and others. Journaling complements the practice of setting boundaries by providing a space for reflection, self-discovery, and emotional processing. It allows us to delve into the depths of our experiences and emerge with greater clarity and self-awareness. When we combine the power of mindful boundaries with the transformative practice of journaling, we unlock a profound capacity for personal growth and well-being. We create a life that is truly our own, a life filled with authenticity, purpose, and joy. The journey begins within. Embrace the power of mindful boundaries and journaling, and witness the transformative impact they have on your life.